Hello, hello. Hopefully live stream is live streaming properly. Let's okay, I think yep, Twitch is showing properly. YouTube seems to be fine just as well. Pop out the chat. Gotta reapply the URL. A YouTube chat is up. Okay, we are ready. Let's go. Okay, since we are here, might as well just start off with breaking rocks. Might as well. First, yes, first winters first. Welcome. Sip water. Drink. Hello, Rochang. How's everyone today? Good sip, yes. For those who are not hydrated, also please do remember to drink. We broke all the rocks here already. Time to head to this. About to sleep. Well then, you have a good sleep after. When you want to sleep. Only one claimant out of stock already. Lurking as always. Hopefully the account that you're gonna see later will not hurt your back. Well, there goes Winter's water stock taken by Cinefe. Is it good or bad? I have no idea. And it also all banks on whether the account owner is going to send the account details in a bit. Otherwise, we may just move on to the next one on the list if they do not reply very soon later on. Did I break all the rocks already? I think I did. Yep. Okay. What to farm? As usual, we will farm for Chuyan Echoes again. On another day of, will we get Chuyan's Echoes? Or will we not get anything to work with at all? Hello JW. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully your day has been great today. Alright, I think I forgot to put in stream that I might potentially not be streaming tomorrow, depending on how fast my appointment is. Because my last appointment of the year, hopefully, which is tomorrow, is quite late in the afternoon. And then by the time I reach back, it's going to be quite late already. So basically it's gonna take up another entire day. And maybe I should push under stream information as well. E.S. Might not stream tomorrow? Question mark. Got medical appointment. Job appointment. I wish. But if assuming that I do get a job appointment, then I don't think I will be able to live stream as much as I do now. So I guess that's a bit of like a trade-off, I guess. Nah, but now this live streaming and video editing is technically my full-time job now, so lol. HP, nope. Defense, nope. HP, nope. Amazing. Nothing that can be used. You love it when you see it. Request for account reviews and clears will go up more. Like I'll be like, okay, no more account reviews and clears. If I'm actually working a real job, then that's where you know. That's where you know I'll be like, okay, guys, I can't be doing any more account reviews and clears. Yeah. Okay. Wow, we only got one. 9 to 5. That's technically my video editing hours now. 9 to 5. Actually 9 to 6. And then 8 to 11 is streaming hours. Lol. Sip water. Yeah, 9 to 5 is currently fishing in blue protocol. How's it like being a fisherman? Well, I guess as long as you're not trying to fish and actually fish in protocol, and you find that therapeutic, that's great, man. That's great. Boom. Let's just say yesterday or rather today morning. Great thing is you forgot your login account info after resetting Twitch. GG. People were surprised you haven't caught a single 5-star fish yet. Horrible luck moment. Sip water. Bonk him. Why bonk? We don't need attack anymore. We need arrow damage bonus. Hello? Where's the arrow? I guess there's none today. There is none. Well, rip. But does our Gamba stop here? Absolutely not. We will gamble on, once again, Windward Pilgrimage's attack percentage. We'd rather spend hours on fishing than hours on dropping best in slot gear. Oh. But yeah, as long as you're enjoying it, all's good. How many streaks can we go up to? Okay. Let's upgrade. Need more streaks for bonus points. GG. Oh, we are starting off pretty okay today. Crit damage. Can we get a crit rate? And maybe some energy regen? And nothing else? Nope. Trash. Another usual day of echo enhancing. It's just trash. No Gamba? No Gamba. Attack percentage. Okay, this will be your only Gamba, I guess. Start prediction. Start prediction. 30 seconds. Will I get crit damage in this echo? Yes or no? Start prediction. You all have 30 seconds. You don't believe this time? Believe? Don't believe? What's the... We have one believer... One believer with 500 points. Wow. And 5 non-believers with 50 points. What is this? The payout's going to be weird, man. Okay. Time to... I will plus 25 this straight away. And we will get crit damage. Freaking shit on a stick. Oh man, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Well, the doctors win once again. No. Boo! Boo! Freaking, what a letdown. Okay, yeah, sure. Hit me with that HP and defense again. Why won't you, huh? 470 and 430 and 50 and 50. Yeah, right. Get out of my face. Get out of here. My goodness. Like, what the hell, man? What the hell, man? You know what? Let's sort this out for someone that I do not have the affinity raised, like El Chero. I have the bad luck effect this week. GG. Hello Merlin, welcome. You missed the Gemba. Okay, that's for the account. Hello Shranku. When you pull for DPS characters, you must get the signature also, right? It's highly recommended that you get the signature so that your DPS can perform really well. But if you don't want to, then you have to make sure that your DPS is really well built. Oh, whoops! There's double drops today. Let's go clear the double drops. Winter's also going on to YouTube. Hello, Oxytocin. How are you doing? Did you hear Gamba? Gamba was just now. You all missed it. For y'all who joined the stream now, y'all missed the Gamba. You're here to send hearts. Honestly, Ibrahim, if you do want, I would say, right, the best, if you're like really tight on airstrikes, I would say the best standard weapons you can get would be the sword and the gun, since both of them have crit rate. For the other DPSs, I highly recommend getting the signature weapon. Because your sword resonators and your pistol resonators can use the standard weapons which already have crit rate, and it's a very valuable stat. Then if you have like broad blade resonators, rectifier resonators, and the gauntlet resonators, try to get their signature so that you have either crit damage or crit rate stat 5-star weapon. Yeah. Hello, Tox. Hello, Koji. Sip water, more water to sip. What's this? I knew it. Oh, what's with this? What's with this lack of faith in getting crit damage. Hello? What the shit, man? The lack of faith in me getting crit damage is astounding. Not to be mean, but I'm the definition of bullshit luck. Really? Really? Wow. Wow. Thanks for the vote of confidence, man. You know what's going to be funny? It's going to be funny if I enhance another one and then I get a crit damage right now. I'm gonna get a crit damage now. Attack. I'm gonna get a crit damage now. Start prediction. You're at 30 seconds. As long as I get one crit damage over here, it's a win. I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna channel that believer energy. I'm gonna get one crit damage. $6,000 points on not believing that I'm getting a crit damage. How nice, how nice. Okay, let's do a +10 first. I'm feeling crit damage. Wait. No, not this one. This one's not gonna give me crit damage. I'm gonna have to pick one. This one. This one's going to give me crit damage. This one's gonna give me crit damage. Crit damage. Yeah, liberation and attack. Attack works, but I need crit damage and only crit damage. Just this once. I don't need crit rate. I only need crit damage. Okay, just this once, Echo. Please let the believers win. Also, where's the right here? Okay. Crit damage. Crit damage. No, what the what is this shit? What the hell is this shit? Okay. We Fusion Drake. It all depends on you. Crit damage, okay? I need crit damage from you so that the believers can win. Please. There, we did it. I told you so, believers. You guys won. We won. Ha! Joke's on you for not believing. Ha! Hey, there's a whoa, there's a 4-5 on Kelcharo. It's a 3-5 for Chuyan. Okay, so the last thing for Chuyan would be the Law of Harmony Fenrico set ready. Your miracle invoking powers to the work fix sequence too. Why Calcharo? No, I'm not building Calcharo. He's a placeholder. He's a placeholder for Chuyan. What's the next attribute do you think Robo will get? What's the next attribute you think Robo will get? And will it be DPS, sub DPS, or support? I'm guessing sub DPS. Of course, if we were to look at Spectral Rover is technically DPS and sub DPS. Havoc Rover is straight up DPS. And then Aero Rover is support. So if we go by the cycle, probably sub DPS. LTM, Lord of the Mysteries. Funny thing, cause I think like I want to start reading the Lord of the Mysteries, the light novel of it while waiting for my doctor's appointment tomorrow. Okay, so we've done this bountiful crescendo. Let's head on to account review. More sip water. How many water do I want to sip today? Just don't make me sip too much water during the tower clears, man. Okay, looking great. C server. That's the best sip, da GG. Y'all are trying to send me the washroom right at the start of the stream, right? So much sip water ongoing. Instead of tower, we'll clear you with water. GG. Do I know that Javian posts a lot of WoW fan art? I don't. He got message from Geshulin voice actor. Oh. Anyway, since my cup is near empty, here's more water. Ooh, wow. This is a very, very old account. Okay. They say that their account is bricked. We will see about that. Anyways, more. Wait. Did I miss out a sip water? I think I did. Yeah, there's probably sip water. But then there's a bonk as well, and the chat's moving very fast. How do I know it's an old account? So when you see like a bunch of zeros, it's very, very old. Like I am day one, but my user ID only goes up to 900. Then it starts with like 5 something something something. So they are literally like I guess the first 2,000 player to create their user ID. More supporters, GG. Yeah, and that's how you know that this account is old. Okay, anyways. Gabrana just staring at the chat. Hello Rovers, and welcome back to another account review. Today we'll be reviewing Iroha's account. And they say that their account is bricked. So let's see what's happening, what's going on. Maybe if we have enough time, we can do a little bit of Tower and Rewa. And without further ado, let's start the review. So, number 1, Galbrana. Galbrana with crit rate, crit damage a little bit on the low side. Energy regen is looking quite a lot. Static miss, okay. You are using 4-3-3-1-1 build, which is great. Yesterday's build was 4-4-3-1, which was a little bit horrifying to look at. So we are starting off strong already. More sip waters. Goodness. Two sip water on the wait list. Nah, I did sip water on just now as well for potato sip water. Maybe the mic didn't pick up. But let me just do an extra sip just in case. So fusion, crit rate, fusion, attack. Why is this HP? You want an attack percentage over here. So this one's a 3-5, 2-5, 3-5, 2-5, and HP percentage. With Static Mist, you kind of don't need any energy regen rolls. Maybe just one will do. This one, I would say you probably want to do crit damage. Anyways, I will need to probably bring out crit win as well, just in case for later stuff. More sip waters. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to rework on this, I would say you don't need too much crit rate because her Flame Wing Shadow is already giving 20% crit rate. See, when you deal Echo Skill damage, you increase your heavy crit rate. When you deal heavy attack damage, you increase your Echo Skill crit rate by 20%. So it's basically just 20% for Galbrena. So therefore, you can afford to actually change that crit rate 4 cost to a crit damage 4 cost because you're also using Static Mist. Right now, you have 92.6% crit rate. That 20% crit rate is not shown here because it's like a very stat-specific crit rate. So if I were you, I would probably want to change this one out first to crit damage, and then after that change get this one to attack percentage, and then change this one as well to crit rate, and crit, and then I think maybe after that you should be good. One for reassurance, GG. Okay, that's for Galbrena's Echoes. Then for her, she doesn't really need you to level the normal attack. Instead, you want to max out Forte Circuit and Resonance Liberation. These two are the most important part of her kits. Okay, so S0. And now moving on to Rent. Brand has enough energy regen for its set to work. A little bit low on the crit damage side. Crit rate might be a little bit low as well. Good attack. Overture. No signature weapon. Okay. Door toilet, door bladdergon. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's see what's going on. This is 3-5, 4-5, 2-5, 4-5, and 2-5. For Brand, okay. So you have Overture, which works. Then double energy with... Ooh. Even with double energy, this is only 2-5-3, huh? I think for Brand, what you want to rework on is definitely this Echo and this Echo. You want to rework on this one, probably do try to get your double crit and energy regen or attack percentage. And then after that, rework on if you do get energy regen over here, you can rework on the Dragon of Dirge first. If not, Then rework on this one first, the Diana's Knight. Once again, get a 3-5 stat instead of double crit. So it's like double crit and energy regen or another attack percentage. And then after that, Dragon of Touch. So when you want to know when you can keep it at 2-5 or 3-5, is that when your double crit rolls are like one lowest roll, one mid roll, not very worth it. If, for example, this crit damage roll is 21% instead, so it's like the highest roll for crit damage, 21%, or maybe 12.6 and 10.5, you can probably keep them as they are. But this one right now is lowest roll and mid roll, so replace this one. Yeah, so these three echoes are what you want to replace. Then for brand, you want to upgrade the Forte circuit for the anchor and the normal attack. That's about it. The liberation doesn't do a lot of damage, so just these two will work. Only when you have the materials, then level this up. Okay, Lupa with 2020 116.8. Thought Lupa needs a little bit more. Let's see, Lupa. Energy regen for Lupa. Yeah, 116 is a little bit on the lower end. You may want 120. At least that's what I find a lot better to manage. Autumn Trace. I think you can just use Ages of Harvest. Instead of using Autumn Trace, just swap to Ages of Harvest when you do the swap. And then when you are using the Ages of Harvest, your crit rate will be a lot. So only when you can, then change to crit damage Lioness of Glory. Still keep this crit rate in case if you ever do want to get Lupa's signature weapon. Anyways, 3-5, 3-5, attack, okay. Double fusion is best, but since you already got 3-5, just keep it as fusion and attack already. 3-5 and 2-5. Your Lupa stats are actually looking quite okay amongst the first three that we've seen so far. If you do want to replace anything, start with this one first, and then I think it should be okay already. Just this one. Then wait, Lupa. Yep, Forte Circuit and Liberation, yep. Do you have any signature weapons? No. Abyss Surges. Why is she not maxed? Interesting. Anyways, it definitely changed this. This is 1-5, 3-5, 2-5, 3-5, and 2-5. This one, I would say, after replacing this one, you want, well, double crit and energy regen. Then after that, work on this one. These two are shit rolls for double crit. 6.3 lowest roll crit rate, 13.8 second lowest roll for crit damage. Then after that, rework on this one because you need more crit rate, honestly. 55% crit rate for not enough. Definitely not enough. And especially the fact that you do not have any signature weapon. Yeah, that's going to be a bit more of a problem. For Yuno, focus on Forte Circuit and Liberation, then the normal attack. The Resonance skill, not as much. Actually, no, hold on. Actually, yes, it's correct. No. No. The Liberation, Forte Circuit, and Resonance skill. Then only if you want to, then normal attack. But I don't think you'll be using a Yuno to do damage. So just focus on Liberation and Forte Circuit first, and then Resonance skill. Normal attack is when you do want to do a little bit of DPS with Yuno. Otherwise, guess don't really need it. Especially since you don't have the signature weapon either. Yeah. Okay, on to Augusta. Augusta will be 1933. The energy regen is a little bit low. Crit rate 65.6. You are using with Helios Cleaver. I still do think for Augusta you actually want to use with Ages of Harvest. Simply just for the stat stick. Yeah. Ages of Harvest for the stat stick. So with this one, you will be at quite a good amount of crit rate. And potentially consider crit damage sovereign with Ages of Harvest. So let's see. It's 2-5, 3-5, 4-5, 3-5, and 3-5. These two are once again pretty low rolls. This one. So if I were you and I want to rework on something, I would say probably rework on this one and then get a crit damage false sovereign. Then your Augusta should be all good, especially when she uses this Ages of Harvest. For her, yeah, Forte Circuit and Resonance Liberation. These two are the most important. I have a question. Do all account reviews that I do fix their builds or only request a review for fun? Both. Like, if you want to show off your account, sure, go ahead. You can request for an account review just to show off your account. Because some people want to show off their stash. That works too. Okay, Frolova. Frolova has pretty nice looking crit rate. Crit damage a little bit on the low side. Don't need energy. Attack maybe slightly low. Fusion accretion. Maybe you're using the rhyme-shaped sprouts. Rhyme-shaped sprouts. My goodness. Which I would say is probably a good stat stick for Frolova since you don't have any other weapon. Though the best would be to get her own weapon, because her own weapon will really buff Frolova by a huge mega amount. So that's what you're missing out on here. Okay. 3-5, 3-5, 4-5, no, 3-5. We do not count that Resonance Liberation. Beautiful 4-5, 3-5. Okay. The only thing that you need to rework on is probably this one. And then it should be quite okay already. Right now for your account, your goal is to not enter the min-max stage yet, but more of to fix your builds. Because you have some builds that are like kind of very weak looking. So yeah, for your account, I wouldn't suggest any min-max just yet. Just try to fix some of these. And probably get another stat. But Frolova should be on your last few priority lists because her echoes all across the board are looking quite okay. Maybe just this one, try to get one more highlighter stat and that's about it. For her, Level up the Forte Circuit and Liberation. Normal attack is only when you have the resources, otherwise just these two will do. And then Carthethia. Carthethia with 39k HP. Okay, nice. Energy Regen, 119. Okay, 62%, so 72. 234. Guardian Sword. I would prefer using Emerald of Genesis, because with 24% crit rate, you will be at 96% crit rate when you're using Windward Pilgrimage. So that really does help her with the crit by so much more. Whereas the skill 1 just level up to 6. I don't know. Some of them just want to keep it at 1, I guess. Which is fine. It's not too big of a deal. Level 6 does help a bit. Okay, this is a 3-5. This is a 2-5. No, 3-5 without crit at all. This is a 3-5. No, 4-5. 3-4-5 and 3-5. Your Carthethia crit stats are all on the low side, which is not great, but this would be on min-max realm already. So once you are like done fixing your guys over here, you can consider coming back to Carthethia and maybe try re-rolling for better rolls. But first thing that I will work on is probably this one, which doesn't really give her anything. Like energy regen, not really needed if you are using the Emerald of Genesis. And then this lowest roll basic attack damage bonus and flat HP ain't gonna do much for her. HP percentage is way better. So yeah, get another Kelpie. That's probably your top priority for Carthethia. Okay, normal attack maxed, Forte Circuit, Liberation. Okay, so max this one and max this one and it should be good. Now for Chakona. Chakona is at 80-90. The energy regen is not enough. It's very, very not enough. When you do your rotation with Chakona, you're gonna find yourself having lacking enough energy regen during her rotations to get her out back. That's a very interesting choice. Why do you have a support signature weapon, but your DPS don't have signature weapon? It's a very interesting choice here. Very, very interesting choice. Well, okay. Chakona with this one's 3-5 without crit, 2-5 and 3-5, and technical 5-5, 3-5. Maybe he got lucky, maybe. I would say for your Chakona, when you rework on Fleur-de-Lis, do try to get an energy regen. And you can consider going crit damage because your crit rate is so high, since you're also using the signature weapon which has 36% crit rate. So crit damage, Fleur-de-Lis, Gust of Welkin, try to get energy regen, try to get double crit. And then I think your Chakona should be a lot less clunky to rotate with, and she'll get her rotation back in time. Rolling for free pools, you have her, didn't have any other banner characters, so you pulled for a weapon and got it early. Why don't you save it for your signature weapons of like DPSs? Like, I don't know, maybe gauntlets, cause your gauntlets don't have signature any signature weapon at all, which makes it, I guess, a lot harder to use. Also, Zenny with crit rate, crit damage, pretty good looking energy regen and attack. Celestial Spiral, yeah, Abyss Surges. Gambling addiction, fair enough. But there's I would say that you can do gambling addiction when your resonators are enough for you to be able to clear the end game so that you can get your airstrikes reliably. When you do not have strong enough resonators for your playstyle to clear the end game, then that's where you'll need to be a little bit more disciplined with your airstrikes and instead of gambling for everyone. I know that it's so hard to miss everyone, but you do need to at least like have maybe like 1 or 2 DPSs with their signature weapons so that they are like super buffed and can handle anything and everything that comes their way. Anyways, okay. First mistake for Zenny Capitanus should be the 3 cost. Why? Spectral damage bonus and heavy attack damage bonus. And I think your Zenny will be way stronger now. Okay, but anyways, 3-5. 4-5. Crit rate 2-5. 2-5. And 3-5. Cross. I would say for Zenny, you can potentially go crit damage when you have crit rate across all your other echoes. But right now, your crit rate is kind of oof. So yeah, stick to the Morning X crit rate for now. If you do want to rework on your Zenny, then rework on this one first. Lowest roll, not lowest roll, second lowest roll. And then after that, once you fix this one, maybe you can take a look at this one, but this one will be min-max. So after maybe you like rework on this one to get higher crit stats, maybe one more stat like attack or energy or heavy, then you can try, if you have like around 40% crit rates, then you can look at crit damage Morning X. If not, stick to crit rate. Then for Zenny, level up the Liberation as well as the Forte Circuit, and then followed by Resonance skill. I think it should be okay after that. Yeah. Cantarella is energy regen might be a little bit on the low side, but if you keep in mind to constantly use this Resonance skill, you should be able to get her out back in time. Fusion accretion, probably you'll be using Cosmic Ripples or Rhyme-shaped drops. Rhyme-shaped sprouts. Why do I keep... Oh wait, Rhyme-draped sprouts. Oh my goodness. I keep mixing up this D and this S here. Freaking Rhyme-draped sprouts. Goodness. Anyways, I guess you're using Cantarella with only Furlova, so that's okay. Double crit, 3-5, technical 4-5, with Liberation, 3-5, 4-5, technical 3-5, and 3-5. The one that you want to work on is I guess for Cantarella, if you do want to work on anything, probably... Nah, it's going to be so hard to work on your Hunterella. Why? Because these 3/5s and 4/5s do not have energy regen roll. And then, so that means if you want to rework on your Hunterella, the only thing that you can work on is this crit damage and this energy regen, which means you have to roll for double crit and energy regen. Which is, might be a tall order if your rolling stats aren't that... If your rolling luck aren't that good. Anyways, for Cantarella, level up the Forte, level up the Liberation, only when you can, and when you have nothing else to level, then the skill. Phoebe is 1888, a lot of energy regen, crit rate, crit damage, Ocean's Gift. Ocean's Gift. Sure, I guess this sort of does work. What did you clip? Door struggling? the clip. Okay. Anyways. No. No. For this one, you want to use Moonlit. Basically, if you're using Phoebe as Zenny's buff bot, you want to use Moonlit to further buff Zenny. You are... Because Phoebe's Confessions mode, basically the blue state, which gives a lot of spectral frazzle, doesn't have a lot of damage multiplier. So Moonlit is the better set for Confession Phoebe, who is buffing Zenny. Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind when you're using Phoebe with Zenny. You can keep this set because this, and this are pretty good. This one is garbage, so probably can throw it away. But you do want to keep these ones. And if you ever do intend to use main DPS Phoebe, that's where you put this set back. Otherwise, which honestly I don't ever see why you would use main DPS Phoebe unless you're somehow lacking characters some way one another. Otherwise, your Phoebe will always be on Mullet set. Do you have a Mullet set? Do you not have a Mullet set? Okay, you do have a Mullet set. Ah, what's the heck? Okay, we'll go through that in a bit. But when you're using a buff, right? Like, not buff. When you're using a buff bot, you want to use the full 5-piece Mullet set for 22.5% attack buff on the next Resonator upon using Ultra's skill. Very, very important. Okay, for the Moonlit to really work for the next Resonator, you need the 5-piece set. Anyways, Phoebe, if you're using Phoebe as a buff bot, probably don't really need to focus on any of these other than just getting the Liberation and maybe the 40 circuit once again. That's about it. Russia, I'm not too sure about Russia, but I think Russia is going to need some 70% crit rate. For every 0.1 crit over 50, skill increases attack by 1 point for 30 seconds up to 200 points. Yeah, so your Russia is going to need 20% more crit rate for it to work. So it needs 70% crit rate. Your Russia, basically your Russia is not buffing anyone. This out is cosmetic right now. And yeah, because you don't have a crit rate stat either, crit rate gauntlet, this makes your Rosha's out completely cosmetic. Technical 4-5, 3-5, 2-5, 3-5, and 4-5. If you do want to update on your Roshas, I would say probably not even worth it to update anything on Rosha for now until you get a crit rate weapon for her. Because right now she won't really bring anything to the team with her being at 50% crit rate only. So yeah. Essentially this is not... Where's the luggage? Okay. Essentially this... You need to somehow find a way to get this 70% first. Okay, Carlotta. Carlotta attack energy regions perfectly fine, crit rates fine, crit damage is okay. Using Undying Flame, when you can, do swap to Static Miss, and when you have Static Miss, it's very high crit rate. So probably you actually want to use a crit damage instead of a crit rate Sentry Construct. And then this one's a 3-5, low, once again very low rolls. Sip water. 4-5, 3-4-5, and 3-5. Yeah. So if you're using with Static Miss, get crit damage, and then replace this one, and I think your Carlotta should be way better. Your crit rate on Carlotta is 69, but you are using Last Dance, right? Because they have Static Miss, so I'm assuming they're using it with Static Miss. And with Static Miss, their crit rate is just going to be very high. So it's not really needed. Yeah, 94. Like, come on. You don't need 94. Is it not better with Chakona's signature? It is better with Chakona's signature, but you are going to overcrit. So it's... I don't know, man. I think the overcrit is a little bit too much of an overcrit. You're using Static Miss, but you have more crit damage, yeah. So that's why with Static Miss, you should actually use crit damage Sentry Construct instead of crit rate. Yeah, use this one. For Carlotta, max out the Liberation, max out the Circuit, max out the skill, and these nodes, and you should be good. Okay, well, I need to head to the washroom real quick because I've been drinking a little bit too much water. Thanks a lot, you guys. Hello, Spiky. Okay, I'm back. There's what, 1 sip water and 2 sip waters. Yes, I increased the sip water cooldown. I can't be sipping water every minute while trying to review an account. I'm gonna need like 2 minutes to explain what's going on for the account. Why the inflation? Okay. Since I increased the cooldown of sip water, I'm gonna decrease the channel points required for sip water. Okay. So the channel points for sip water is now cheaper. But the cooldown will remain the same. No. What? No. Oh, y'all don't want cheaper water prices? Okay, I can add another 0. I can add another 0 to it, you know. You want 50% off? Yeah, I can do another expensive sip water in I guess I'll set another expensive sip water off stream or after we're done with this. Okay, anyways. Familiar, 2k attack, crit rate of 65%, crit damage of 267.6. So your crit damage and crit rate looks quite okay. I think you're using the Emerald of Genesis on this one, right? Oh, you're using Raid Spring. How rare. How rare. With Raid Spring, the energy, not the energy, the attack's kind of maybe a bit low. One full cup for it. Nope. Nope, absolutely not. Okay, anyways, no, you don't want to use Dreamless. You want to be using Nightmare Crownless. Do you have Nightmare Crownless unlocked? You do not. And this one's 2, 2, 5, 4, 5, 2, 5, and 4, 5. Half a cup, let's come to a deal. No. If it's half a cup, I'm going to set it at 50,000 points. I need my bladder to work for me, man. I can't have my bladder giving up on me. Anyways, for Nightmare Crownless, you can find it in Penance End. This one over here. So it says to discover all Dream Patrol challenges, right? So once you found all your Dream Patrol challenges, then you will be able to find your Nightmare Crownless over here. And you can farm some Nightmare Crownless for your Camellia. So Nightmare Crownless, do not use Dreamless. Dreamless doesn't really help at all. And Camellia, rework on this one. Shit lowest roll and shit lowest roll. So you don't want to see those. And probably this one as well after you've gotten your Nightmare Crownless. Yeah. And for her, you want to max this one, and this one, and this one. If you're using White Hat form for bosses, do get this one as well. Etheria restart? Nope. I don't have too much time to play every other game. especially with all the account reviews. I think with Do It Night Abyss, right, I may have to find a schedule for account reviews and Do It Night Abyss and Wua all together at the same time. It's S. Oh, lol. Okay then. Okay, Shopkeeper. Okay, good energy regen. HP is kind of low. I guess this is the lowest HP Shopkeeper I've seen. Crit damage, we don't really care. Unless you want to min-max variation, okay. I see. Also, I think I just missed a sip water here. Healing bonus does work, but I think at this rate you might want to get HP instead, so that your shopkeeper is chunkier. Double energy, HP. Yeah, do get HP fallacy instead, so that your shopkeeper is a little bit chunkier, so that your shopkeeper can maybe tank one or two hologram, actually one hologram hit before she becomes on life support. Then I don't think you are at the state of your account is not ready to min-max for shopkeeper echoes, so keep it as it is for now. Xiang Liao with, oh yes, Abyss Surges without his signature weapon. No, why? What is this? Why am I seeing Lingering Tunes Xiang Liao again? Who suggested Lingering Tunes Xiang Liao? Is this like some ongoing trend? This is the second Lingering Tunes Xiang Liao I've seen. You saw in the guide. Okay. Very important thing about Lingering Tunes, anyone who uses Lingering Tunes, is that you want them to be on the field for at least 1.5 times 4 is 6 seconds to reach full power. Xiang Liao is a quick swap character, so you never want to use him with Lingering Tunes. If let's say you're using for hyper carry like Encore, fine, I understand. Maybe hyper carry Xiang Liao. Even if it's like hyper carry Xiang Liao with Yinlin, why does Yinlin have Void Thunder instead then? No! We do not use Lingering Tunes Xiang Liao. We use Void Thunder. You know why? When you oversaturate the tech stat on Xiang Liao, he has diminishing returns. You know what Void Thunder can do? Void Thunder, number 1, with Thundering Mephis, you also buff his liberation damage, so his ult does more damage, and his enhanced Forte, which also scales off Resonance Liberation damage, will also gain that buff. 1.0 Lingering Tune propaganda. And then just use Void Thunder on Xiang Liao, man. Lingering Tunes, maybe use it only in whimpering ways when you're using the Plunderer's Captain Seal. Other than that, you don't really ever want to use this Echo set. Like, never. I'm not even kidding, never. Many people suggest to build Lingering Tunes for him, sadly. Well, those guys clearly do not understand Wuwa back then. I better hope that those guys who suggest to build Lingering Tunes for Xiang Liao no longer suggest Lingering Tunes for anyone else. They better know how to quick swap now. Otherwise, we will know who are the fake guide makers and who are the ones who actually improve. Anyways, if you're still using Xiang Liao to make the change, otherwise you can leave him as it is. Tempest Memphis sucks back then. Then just don't use the Memphis 6. Don't use the Memphis 6 attack. Not Tempest Memphis, Thundering Memphis. Technically, Tempest Memphis still works better than Thundering because Thundering is very clunky. You have to strike 6 times before you get this this buff. Tempest Memphis, I understand if you're using Void Thunder Tempest Memphis back then because it's just a 2-hit, very quick echo transformation and you get the electro damage bonus. The heavy attack, not really useful for Xiang Liao, but it's okay, you still get the 12%. The Mag Abomination is 12% attack, which is like okay, but it's not that strong. That's why Lingering Tunes was born. No. No. And even then, it's 2.7, 2.8 now. Yeah, I know, it's a Transform Echo, I know. But Tempest works. I as a Xiang Liao user, was using Tempest Memphis instead of Lingering Tunes. Because its 2-strike attack is way faster than this Thundering Memphis 6-strike attack. But then once Nightmare comes around, I instantly swapped it. Yeah, Thundering took too long. That's the problem with Thundering. But anyways, if you don't use Xiang Liao for now, just leave him as it is. Yeah, Nightmare version you don't even need to cast now. That's correct. To Zhezhi has a signature weapon. Once again, your support having signature weapon is cursed. Also, Zhezhi, you should be using Moonlit or Imperial Anthem instead of this Freezing Frost. I don't think the Nightmare Myriad is on the Glacial set. Yeah, it's not. So when you do make the swap over to the Nightmare Myriad and you're using Empyrean Anthem, then yeah, that's where you want to make the swap. But with your current status of account, I recommend Moonlit over Myriad because Moonlit is way easier to build. You can use the Art of Theft on Moonlit and just put it across everyone that's a support. So yeah, Moonlit. Just build Moonlit Zhezhi. Though I would say your Glacial stats are quite good. So but is it really going to be that much though? I feel like no. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. So yeah, cobble up a Mullet and I have no idea who are you gonna place this Glacier on. Maybe on Yoo-Hoo. Just for lols. Okay, Changli. Yeah, Yoo-Hoo again. Changli, your Changli stats actually look pretty okay. Like you who built it for Carlotta. 3, 5, 2, 5. 4, 5. Wait, no, 5, 5. This one's the 4, 5, and this one's the 3, 5. Changli, you want to use the Nightmare Inferno Rider now. because the Nightmare Inferno Rider has the passive. And the passive for Nightmare Inferno Rider is fusion damage and resonance skill. So it's going to help your Changli a lot more. And since your stats here are kind of like, okay, but not the best, you can consider making the swap to Nightmare Inferno Rider. This one's these two are pretty high stats, so with the current status of your account, probably keep them as they are, and only make the swap to Nightmare Inferno. Okay, bye Merlin. Pretty sure they will have Nightmare Inferno Rider. Yeah, right here. Should be unlocked. It should be unlocked by default. The ones that are not unlocked by default are crownless, and then they have to do the exploration quest over here before they can unlock the Tempest Mephis over here. Yeah, he never went there. Ling Yang can use the set, so it's not total waste. I don't think their set is... I don't think their Ling Yang is even built. Do they even have a Ling Yang? I don't think so. I don't see a Ling Yang. Also, thank you for following Yummy Kami. Okay, Jinxie. 1.7. Attack's kind of low. Crit rate's okay. Crit damage might be a bit on the low side. Never got him in a 50-50 loss. I see. Okay, 3-5, 4-5, 3-5, 4-5, and 2-5. You know what? Your Jinxie's echoes actually look surprisingly okay. Maybe if you do want to change this one. And then I think the rest can leave them as they are for now. Yeah, but the problem is you look 12.6, 12.6, and this one don't have, and 12.6 and 6.3. But with the current status of your account, I wouldn't say to min-max on Jinxie. Unless you are still interested in using Jinxie, then because Jinxie is actually still pretty good. Bro's made a deal with the devil too. No man, I think this one bro is just lazy. If you still want to use your Jinxie, then rework on this one, because these two are lowest rolls. Then maybe look into rerolling this. And for Jinxie, 40 Circuit and Liberation. How long have you not played this account for? Or like, did you just not really bother with the exploration? I mean, not using them in exploration is fine. What you need to build for is Tower and Weaver if you're planning to use it for the endgame modes. Yinlin, Cosmic Ripples. Not too sure if you want to use Void Thunder set with Cosmic Ripples. You could consider using the Out of Death Volumes Moonlit. Only Huanglong Explored I see. But yeah, maybe you could give this set to Xiang Liao first. And wait a minute. Why is Thundering Mephis on Yinlin? Did I accidentally move something just now? No. I do think you want Tempest instead of Thundering Mephis on Yinlin. You'll use the guy to make sure not to miss every airstrike. Well, good luck. Anyways, for Yinlin, yeah, use the Moonlit set. Forte and Liberation once again. Yep, Nightmare Tempest, not the normal one. Do keep that in mind. TN is okay, attack, okay, energy regen, crit rate low, crit damage because there's no signature. You also want to use the Nightmare Phalion if you're using TN, but TN is also kind of outclassed now, so maybe not really. Maybe use him on the lower floors. 4-5, 3-5, 2-3-5, and 3-5. If you're still using TN, probably the Nightmare Phalion. But I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. Verena, now on to Verena, 200 energy regen, Rectifier Voyager. You have another few more variations. What you can do is to have Verena on variation as well, so that you can use the variation passive on Verena, which helps her generate more concerto as well. You make him work somehow. As for Verena, you can use the Fallacy instead of Bellbond. Unless you're using with Carthathia, then that's where you want to use Bellbond. And that's about it for Verena. We shall not look too much into Verena. We wouldn't need to dungeon. We will not talk about dungeon over here. We will not talk about the other resonators over here because you have quite a lot of characters to work on already. So if anything, just pretty much your support. If you're using dungeon for support, which I honestly highly doubt you will. Yeah. Then Sanhua with 49.5, Commando of Conviction. Use Overture. Do you have Overture? Yes, you do. Use Overture. I guess no. If Brand's using his own Overture, your Sanhua's gonna need her own Overture as well. And that would make more sense. Hello, Y6. Whose account? Is Kusanagi's account. Anyways, Moonlit crit rate, okay, Glacial, okay, Glacial. These two, however, use the full Moonlit set. I have no idea why you want double Havoc damage here to begin with. Sanhua's Glacial anyways, so... a little bit of an interesting choice, not going to lie. But let's equip the tech so that Sanhua can fully buff whoever's incoming. As for those two those two things over there, you can use it for your Cantarella. Yeah, you can use it for your Cantarella. This one's way much better than the Nimbus Wraith. What and why? I have no idea. Sanhua's Havoc, what do you mean? Okay, Y6, what the hell, man? Y6 trolling right away. Motefi, relativistic jet, probably using static mist when you're swapping in between. Unless it's with Galbrenna, and with Galbrenna, then, well, relativistic jet it is, or you can use Cadenza. Kelcharo, we don't need to talk about Kelcharo. Baizhi just use Shopkeeper's Echoes when you actually need to. Jianxin, not really. Encore, you don't use. Only use Aero Rover in Tower, otherwise, probably not. And Aero Rover will just use Verena's Echoes. Maybe we'll need to make a few Echo sets later. But let's talk about it later. And the rest we can ignore. Okay, that's about it for account review. What to do if you don't have Carthathia weapon? You can use the standard weapon. The standard 5-star weapon works pretty well for Carthathia as well, it's just not as good. Tuner situation. Oh. We shall take a look at tuner situation in a bit. You know what? Let's do Whimpering Waves first. As for the tuner situation, let's see.
重工の先はお前に任せる。
3,000, but not a lot of tubes. Very bricked. Bricked out of 10. How bricked is your account? Quite bricked out of 10. If you're not able to play to my how I'm playing, then you will find a lot more. You find it a lot more difficult because I think you are using the hyper carry playstyle, which is fine. However, problem with hyper carry playstyle is that you actually need how do I put it? Hyper carry playstyle, you will definitely need the signature weapons to make the game a lot easier for you. Without their signature weapons, you're definitely going to need to use some quick swaps in between. See how you're like missing a little bit of points here and there. Alternatively, if you still don't want to get their signature weapons, that's perfectly fine. You have to make sure that you get really good echo rolls, and by getting good echo rolls, that's where you can technically not really need signature weapons as much. Sip water. Time to refill my water as well. I just sip the last bit of it. Anyways, no, you don't want to use Shopkeeper in the first one. If you do want to use Shopkeeper, you always want to use Shopkeeper in the second part. Also, what are you trying to do here? What the heck is this? Come on, man. Come on. If you're like, I'll use Reveler's Captain Seal, they are not applying any arrow erosion, alright? So your arrow damage bonus is not working here. And I think for your number 7, you honestly don't need to use... Very interesting team choice. For your number 7, you don't need to use Plunderer's Captain Seal here. So what we're going to do is we're going to challenge these. Rolova goes into the first slot. And then Cantarella. And then Rosha. But because your Rosha isn't really doing much justice for the team, I'll use Verena here. Then you can just use the blue flag. And then your second team will be Augusta, Shopkeeper, and Yuno, and use the blue flag as well. Anyways, I don't think the passive experience works here either. You know why? Because defeating monsters don't give you Resonator experience. Only tubes. You can only level via tubes. The so-called experience you're getting is union level and affinity points. So therefore, you are going to actually need to level up using the tubes instead. It does. I guess it's way too negligible for me to notice. Yeah, it's way too low then. I think she's going to need that resonance skill for the energy regen. So we're gonna keep it as it is. Oh, do it. Yeah. Where's the rest? Are the rest spawning in? I guess
心
not.
だけは白馬に
90 by end of service.
任せてください。植物が生きてるんです。
大丈夫、私はここよ。
But you see, you don't need to use. No, it won't work anymore on 2.8. We are still in 2.7. We have one more patch to use to use it.
神聖を授ける。入力。少し遊んであげる。任せてわ。楽しませることね。すべて導く。これが私の。
I need to remember that I need to use sub DPS Yuno rotation here because this Yuno isn't doing a lot of damage.
これぞ王道の勝利。一撃で大余る。手はずは
これが心。
整っている。
兵器アドアスト入力。華麗に優雅に勝利の方向。私を見なさい。私に答えなさい。やっ
There, you can complete it with blue buffs alone. And then now we're just gonna do it properly with this with Loba, Verena, and Pantarella over here. We can just use the Reveler's Captain Seal. Honestly, might be just a bit of an overkill. Augusta, Shawkeeper. Where's Shawkeeper? And you know. And here we can just use Plunderer. And here is where we're gonna challenge again. Honestly, for me, right, reason why I start with my main DPS is so that I can just like rotate down. It wouldn't be as confusing for me. So for example, Frolova, rotate down to Verena. So I know that Frolova is always going to rotate to Verena with the outro. Then Verena to Cantarella. Then Cantarella back to Frolova. So I'll rotate down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same as here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This will ensure that you have a structured proper rotation. And when your outro is ready, you just rotate onto the next character that actually needs the buff. Instead of like being very messy with all the buff that you need to do.
リズムに乗って生命のシンフォニー。面白いコンチェルトね。完全な口だけで笑いなさい。口ずさむ杉し日の残機を。
Yeah, I don't have the master memory of support being slot 3. Genshin things.
そばにいてあげる。深淵で泳ぎなさい。楽しいわ。受け取りなさい。海のささやきを。はめ。生命のシンフォニー。完全に無駄ね。日向ぼっこの時間ですよ。ダンスをお願いできる。生と死は狭間にすがって枯れてはな咲き乱れる。任せてください。進化をお見せします。深海に従いましょう。沈むのよ水底へ。楽しいわ。
Oh, my Cantarella was not ready.
ただ落ち続けて。ただ落ち続けて。 溺れの面白いコンチェルトね。枯れなさい。伴奏お願いできる？完全に耳を傾けるの。
Why do I cancel Lova Echo? It doesn't do as much damage, so instead I'll just...
生命の進歩に
It also doesn't do as much. So I'll just squeeze in a little bit of that point, few more seconds in instead. If the set does damage, I thought I remember it not doing so much damage. That's why I just like cancelled it.
星の歌よ
But then and again, I also watched like the Viva runs, right? And people, the top run also did kind of just cancel Fulova's echo. So I just sort of like, oh, okay. Since they cancelled, I guess it would make sense to cancel it as well.
一撃でフォアマル手はずは
ついのちりを告げるアドアストニュービ少し遊んであげる任せたわ与えなさい月が満ちたわ
I guess I can try working out another rotation without Echo Skip. Because I think during her Echo Skip, I also don't want to waste a little bit of that time where she lands her Echo instead.
神聖を授けるニュービ華麗に優雅楽しませることねこれが私の決意行き先は全て狩場因果を覆す征服を始める勝利の方向
手はずは整っている無駄な
There. Using the proper tokens also do help you in clearing your Whimpering Waste. So definitely do not neglect on your proper token usage as well. Now, proper token usage also means that you want to use Gaze that Drowns in a Dream, which specifically buffs Augusta and Yuno. Haven that Gleams elegantly is very very strong with Rolova and Galbrena because they are always casting like Echo Skill damage or casting Echo Skill. So that's something that you want to take note of. So with that in mind, you actually do want to use like Rolova, Galbrena, Cantarella with Haven. And then here is where you want to use Augusta, Doorkeeper, and Yuno with the Gaze. Wi-Fi nuked itself, GG. When you play in your phone, you can only click 2 of the options. What do you mean? When you play on your phone... Bro transferity. Brand found you. When you try to click, yeah, because you used all the tokens at the start. When you use all the tokens at the start, then you find yourself not having enough.
面白いコンチェルトね。生命のシンフォニー。大丈夫。私はここよ。伴奏お願いできる？生と死の狭間にすがって。
I guess not enough here. That's fine.
そろそろ終わりの時間だ。悪には悪を。
そばにいてあげる。深海に誘いましょう。
Rotation might be a bit too long.
受け取りなさい。海のささやきを。深淵の安心だけへ。生命のシンフォニー。ただを
逃がすわけない。捕捉する。
反響に耳を傾けるのよ。口ずさむ杉氏妃の残響。
私に示そう。効果を燃やす。
大丈夫。私はここよ。毒よ。深淵を飲み込みなさい。終始は
Okay, rotation's a lot faster now.
シンフォニー。
悪魔の登場だ。
完全な人に笑いなさい。枯れてもなお咲き乱れる。
この身に葬ってやる。効果を燃やす。借りたろ。
沈むのよ水底へ。楽しいわ。溺れ破滅。生命のシンフォニー。
トライ。
反響に耳を傾けるの。口ずさむ杉氏妃の残響。
燃えた私の手で地獄の門を開く。浄化しろ。
This whole theme is just the camera angle, can't see anything. Yeah, so imagine right, if you actually had
星の歌よ。
imagine if you actually had Prolova's signature weapon, you would be able to oh my god, you would be able to do so much better. My brain is not braining. Help.
一気に攻めるぞ。手はずは整って栄光をヘブンヒルズに。戦意を。
This is yeah, this is infinite torrents.
この身を使いもなし。
手は整っている。
神聖を授ける。
Yeah, we do. But the fact that we are still able to get like 2k-ish like that, still pretty good. Yes, medical appointment. I have a pacemaker. If in case you didn't know, yeah, now you know. I have a pacemaker. So that tomorrow's medical appointment is to check up on my pacemaker, if it's still working as intended,
手はずは整っている。
and probably like what's happening to the battery percentage and all that.
これぞ王道の勝利。
Is it better to have more ER? I don't need energy vision. What the heck?
ついのちりを告げる。ハカードアスト入力。 焼却楽しませることね。月が満ちたわ。
Ew, where's my crit?
矢の時は真実に因果を覆す。
共に戦おう。やったセブンヒルズのために胸を張れ。太陽の輝きに。
Oh, come on, that one freaking... that one freaking fake me all the way over there, you know?
この身をもって誓いをなす。星の歌よ。ニュー少し遊んであげる。任せたわ。与えなさい。全ての日これが
4.5k for sure, for sure. What the?
運命だ。示す風よ。
50% with Shopkeeper, and you're telling me that you're out? Had only one crit among all of the Hocus Pocuses? What the fuck was that? Brother! You know!
巡る月相の中で
You
私は
know!
自分自身をアンカーにする。
Hello, Dragon Life. How's it going? Going great. How are you? Well played, yeah, well played. Koji trying to distract me with the sipping water in between. I know your tricks, Koji. That instance, the instance where I was unable to do the shopkeeper heavy into skill. Doing good, just got home, chilling, saw a cool game trailer, so I'm really excited. Also looking forward to DNA. That's great. Sip water. Yeah, that's probably why they get 8 points. And also, since you're playing on mobile, right, you'll be doing hyper carry rotations. And for hyper carry rotations, once again, you are going to need your signature weapons and good echo builds to have a really easy time breezing through everything with your signature weapons. But anyways, I'll be right back from the washroom. I need to I'll be right back.
「全弾装填完了。いつでも撃てる。」全弾装填完了。いつでも撃てる。 おとなしくしていろ。
Okay, and I'm back. Okay, bye, Talks. Good luck with your assignments and work. Sip water. Hello, silly cat. Okay. Well, first things first that I see once again a mistake that a lot of people make. It's like, why are you clearing the lower floors with your full team? No, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't need to clear the lower floors with your full team. That's going to cripple your upper floors here. I don't think the Galrena team is going to work that well here. Maybe the Galrena team over here may work. So let's give it a try. Galrena, Lupa, Brent. Stop over to this one, Ages of Harvest. Welcome back, JW. I think this is going to be a 2 or 1 crest. Going to cut it very close. And now you need to study physics. Well, good luck. Good luck with physics. Physics book is a wall of text. Is there any I don't know, physics video that's not a wall of text that you can learn from? Also, thank you for following Himar. Bruh, Brent just missed both of his crits. What server am I? C server. I'm currently doing tower run for viewer. The bro is dancing and has no time to crit. GG. Yeah, very nice sip. Very nice sip. There one moment of sip that didn't allow me to press any other key on my keyboard.
起爆効果を燃やす大戦の歌をこの槍についてこい集まれ光の炎
輝きの瞬間
一緒に行くぞ大いにたたえろ
盛大に
終わりか
行け
Last sip you're going.
門を開く
Yeah, after causing the slight delay in Brand not being able to do his anchor, the suspect skedaddles out of there. How naughty.
試合の始まりだ
耳を澄ませより盛大に行け
燃えろ非常の声を
クライマックスだ
息ぴったりだなお酒にをあげろ
エピックショット私に示そう
Thank you. You have a good day too. Yeah, this is cutting it quite close.
行け耳を澄ませ演技もお手の物さ
勝利を追い求めて暗闇を打ち破るついてこい
カリタロ
燃えろこの身を
炎よ燃え盛れ
いい連携だまずはあんただ
アジは俺に任せろ悪魔の登場だ行け燃えさそろそろ
What was
終
that?
わりの時間だ
That was like so. What a confusing turn of events.
効果を燃やす
燃やし
Another most opportune moment to use your sip water. Why not? Because so that I cannot use Lupa's
演技もお手の物さ
ulti over there. Very opportune moment indeed.
輝きの瞬間
一緒に行くぞ
完璧な終幕だエピックショットより盛大にトライ火を葬ってやる起爆
燃やし大戦の歌をこの槍に濁流を払いのける
演技もお手の物さ
集まれ光の炎
炎よ燃え盛れ
いい連携だ終わりか
逃がしはしない行け燃え盛る私の手で地獄の門を開く効果を燃やす
燃やし勝利を追い求めてあとは噛み殺す
演技もお手の物さカリタロ
この身を
クライマックスだ
息ぴったりだな
耳を澄ませ
噛みつくぜ
アジは俺に任せろより盛大にトライ行 行け。この身葬ってやる。
Boom.
効果を燃やす。
凱旋の歌をこの槍に悩みを打ち破る。
演技もお手の物さ。
行け。
希望の声を
炎よ燃え盛れ。
ビビってるのか。
Ran, where are you going? What the heck was that?
悪魔の行動だ。火をそろそろ終わりの時間だ。
Ran, what the frick, man? Okay, the two hardest floors are cleared. So we can deal with this floor now.
巡る月相の中で私は自分自身をアンカーにする。
この剣にかなうものなどおらぬ。
I think I forgot to swap to Ages of Harvest just now, right? In the Whimpering Waste. GG.
わかった。
Okay, another day of getting beaten up by Hecate. What the heck, man? You know what? Let's go. Ow.
神聖を授ける。
Oh, that's a special move that you usually don't start off with.
月が満ちたわ。私を見なさい。運命は締める。
征服を始める。栄光は不滅。栄光を
Stabby wants double Hecate next tower? Hell nah, man. Hell nah.
一撃で
Why would you want double Hecate next tower?
これが心。
は整っている。
アドアスト。入部。少し遊んであげる。任せたわ。答えなさい。私に答えなさい。生意気ね。行き先は全て仮は。因果を
共に戦おう。受けてみよ。財産をあげよ。
How is that more fun? No. One Hecate alone is already like enough. This Hecate is crazy work already.
数は整っている。
星の歌よ。瞬きは禁止よ。任せたわ。楽しませることね。これが私の決意。矢の先は真実に。
よかぜよ。あった。
I think the only problem you have here is that you are not rotating fast enough between your Augusta to Shopkeeper to Yuno. That's probably your rotation problem. So if you didn't know about Augusta, what you want to do, right, when you have the purple buff on Shopkeeper, you want to ensure that Shopkeeper outros to Yuno. Outro meaning that your concerto is full. This bottom bar over here is full for Shopkeeper before you swap out to Yuno. Otherwise, you will not be able to get this one extra bar on Augusta. And your whole rotation will essentially be bricked.
三日月よ神聖を授ける
So you see how my first rotation is okay. And then you have to watch the second rotation closely. Okay, so Augusta comes in, skill, and then ulti, and then do the heavy again. And then now where you do the griffin, and then after that, start slashing away with Augusta. Okay, here's the most important part. So after you do Shopkeeper special intro, or you swap to Shopkeeper, this swap buff that you see on the top left over here, you have to ensure that Shopkeeper outros to Yuno, so that Augusta will be able to get one extra Majesty buff. So this means, you see this one buff over here, this means that Augusta, right, will not need to do 2 Griffins and she only need to do 1 Griffins. If she has to do 2 Griffins, that means you already messed up your rotation for Augusta somewhere. So once again, Shopkeeper, build up the concerto down here on the bottom left of this bottom left bar over here. Where's my mouse cursor? This one over here. Make sure you outro in time. And then it should be dead. Not dead. Ulti again. Now let's free up this one so that you can have more resonators to work with in the future. And by freeing up this one, you probably want to use resonators that you don't use often. For example, like Xiang Liao. I highly do believe that you don't really use Xiang Liao nowadays. So therefore, what you can do is you can just use Xiang Liao in the lower floors, clear the lower floors, and never have to bother using Xiang Liao ever again. And so you are also freeing up your Verena over here, which is great because you might need to use Verena on your 4th floors, and when you do need your Verena is now free. Maybe just run around. Boom. Q. The only time you need to worry about dying is the third and fourth floor. Like the third and fourth floor of Hazard Tower. This is where boss hits pretty hard. In the side towers, the bosses don't hit too hard, so it's quite okay. Anyways, Zhang Yao and Yinlin together now. Where the heck is Yinlin? Oh, right here. Yeah, it's fairly simple once you learn the rotations.
警戒態勢に行こう。これが僕の真理だ。
Alright. I don't want to lose my VGM, so I'm gonna play Hyper Carry Xiang Wei Yao. I'm fairly certain that if I do
どこを見ている痛みつけてほしい
if I do quick swap shenanigans with Xiang Wei Yao, I'm gonna
行くわよ
look at this Tempest Mephis. Amazing auto aim.
そろそろ
Where are you aiming, Tempest Mephis? What the? What? Mephis! Not Tempest, Thundering Mephis. My goodness. Oh man.
どいてもらおうか剣士締めるわよ
確実に脳をかける星々。見えた。最高値。同調。最高値。
どこを見ている目をそらしちゃダメよ
確実に分解。これが僕の真理だ。
Getting whipped by two Hecates? Nah, I highly agree. Nope. Okay, so now just Xiang Liao and Yinlin and Xiang Liao over here, right? You never ever have to use Xiang Liao ever again. You just only need to worry about like this floor, maybe this floor if you want to free up this floor in the future. And then now, here is where you can use Farina. Replace Russia, put Farina, and then you're actually quite okay already. We might have forgotten to swap the weapons, but that's fine.
日向ぼっこの時間ですよ一緒に踊る生命のシンフォニーダンスをお願いできる生と死の狭間にする心だけは白馬にあらずそばにいてあげるわ深海に従いましょう楽しいわシンフォにお見せします受け取りなさい海のささやきを終焉生命のシンフォニーまだ落ち続けた植物だって生きてるんですリズムに乗って落石で笑いなさい口ずさむ杉し日の残機を
What I'm doing over here is it's a very different rotation, very different one compared to what you usually see. Don't really recommend it unless you know what you're exactly doing. Essentially, I'm using Cantarella to buff Prolova, and then Prolova to buff Cantarella. Verina will not need any of their intros and outros. Okay, here you use Changli as she is, and Changli alone is good enough. If you want to use someone else, you can just use maybe like Sanhua, go in and go out. And Sanhua use Moonlit and Overture. And then what you can do, something very wacky with Overture Sanhua, she doesn't need any intro skill.
気をつけてレックのきらめきその枷を解き放て
Right.
時には静止の必要配慮をしないで任せて心配しないで正確に
So you see in the lower floors, you can don't be too afraid of fading damage. It's actually quite okay.
こんな手はどう
Unless you're taking like a bajillion damage, then that's not okay. But all you need to do is to survive.
朝日のきら
And
め
if
き
you survive, you win.
こっち任せて逃げ場などない私の後ろに
There. As long as you have HP, you win.
こんな手はどう朝日のきらめき霜のごとく配慮をしない劣化のきらめきはっきりこっち任せての神にも劣らぬ刀私の後ろに軽減せし監獄よ逃げ切れるかなこんな手はどう任せて正確に私の後ろにその枷を解き放て心配しない劣化のきらめきこっち任せてこんな手はどう私の後ろに軽減せし監獄よ途中の任せて逃げ切れるかな
Boom.
私の後ろにその糧を解き放てこんな手はどう途中の手任せて劣化のきらめきはっきり神にも劣らぬ火の雨が降り注ぐ私の後ろに
Okay, nice. And there you have it. Your tower's done. So, your Frolova, remember that you can really invest in your Frolova, which is very strong. For the current meta teams, honestly, I would say that the ones you actually want to really invest on right now would be Frolova, Brent. Let me take a look at your roster real quick.
さてこの先の人生にはどんな舞台が待ち受けているのか
Frolova, Brent, Augusta, and Yuno. I think if I remember correctly, yeah. And then after that, Cartethia, and maybe Zenny and Phoebe. But I think if you're playing on mobile, right, then I think Frolova should be your topmost priority. Should be quite easy. So just focus on your first few, the latest characters first, according to like whatever I said earlier, which I will upload onto a video as well. And I think once you also have their signature weapon, you can just do the normal hyper carry rotation. The 1, 2, 3, just fill up all the concerto, then go to the next one, fill up concerto, then go to the next one without having to worry about quick swap in between. Okay, GG's. Remember to claim these. Maybe we should probably help you claim these just in case you forget later. And yes, that's for the account review. Hope you've learned something. It actually went a lot faster than I expected. Like, you have all the resonators that you need to be able to clear Whimpering Waste and Tower. You just need echoes, better echoes. If you can't get better echoes, get their signature weapon. Then you can clear Tower of Adversity with how I rotate. But because you're playing on a phone, you're going to need better echoes and signature weapon so that you can do your hyper carry rotation 1-1-1. And then after that, you'll be able to clear these very easy. Delay hella long for some reason. Maybe try to refresh the page. That could work. But yes, hope you've learned something and hope you've enjoyed the stream. As for the rest of you watching on YouTube and TikTok, hope you've enjoyed the video as well. And happy gaming, Rovers. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. Like this as well. Yeah, making them level 90 will also really help. And you'll get a free water sip. Also remember to hydrate yourself if you haven't been drinking water. Now we shall move on to my account. Wait a minute. I just spawned on top of the chest. You committed a sin yesterday. Oh no, what did you do, Uma? What did you do? Guess today is gonna be a chill day for another chill day for this account. Once again, we shall farm on that. Hello, thank you for following Where My Hug. You are unable to do dailies, that's fine. That's no sin. Life happens. Life happens.
私が見届けるわ。気をつけましょうね。や、深海魚飛んでけ。
耳を澄ませ。
Ooh, that's a total of 3 spins. Here's your
宝探しの勝負といこう。
bomb. It is a sin. As an F2P, you're wrong. Okay, you missed 1 day of dailies. Your account is now automatically bricked. Did the crawler just skip the its animation? Yeah, I think the crawler just did skip the flying down animation. This crawler's way too excited, man. 60 strikes and 80 tuners. It's over. Restart your account. I know, right? What if that 80 tuner could have been like a 5-5? GG. Uma, you missed out on a potential 5-5. At 60 strikes, that's like almost half a pool. You missed out almost half a pool. GG. Bricked. Bricked.
さて、この先。
戦いに夢中になりすぎると
Collection spots. Gimme, gimme. Oh no, what the heck? My Wua crashed! What do you mean? See, Uma, because you missed 1 day of dailies. Now I'm suffering from your sin as well. My Wua crashed. Oh, big sin, big sin. Comment inside. Nah, I'm joking. Come on, I'm joking. No need to comment. Okay, now we're back into this account. Let's actually upgrade dungeon. Oh, no! I.
劇場入りの時間だ。
Leave me alone. I'm just too good. The game can't handle me. What do you mean? Nah, man. The game cannot handle all of you admitting that you all missed your dailies. The game is just like, how could you? Tired of living. Meow meow. Why meow meow? Should I respond with a roar roar? Because dragon. Roar roar. Yes.
場入りの時間だ。耳を澄ませ。より盛大に。
The game is sulking because of skipping. Yep. Okay, so in case you didn't know, right? When you see these yellow auras emitting from asset discords, it means that they are a guaranteed drop. So if you need them, or maybe if you don't even need them and your echo bag is not full, you can go and defeat these kind of tested discords for echoes. Yeah. So like those of you who are kind of like short on echoes of a certain set, maybe you can go and specifically find these echoes with the yellow aura for guaranteed drops. Havoc damage bonus. Don't need those.
さて、この先の人生
Actually,
にはどんな舞台
maybe
が
for
待ち受けている
dungeon.
のか。
戦いに夢中になりすぎると血に迷い正気を失いそうな時でもあなたはいつもそばにいてくれました。
Okay, dungeon is nearing
よ
her
ろしくお願いします。
her full powers soon. Yes, we shall do the events that we've been missing out on. Yeah, how did I manage to forget this on this account as well? The Bountiful Crescendo. How on earth did I manage to miss this? I was just like, I forgot about it on my main account, and then I had to spend a few wave plays. And then now I proceed to forget about it on this account as well. Amazing. Amazing memory. Dwa gone, more like memory gone. Oh. When did Bountiful Crescendo start? Today. Today. So for those of you who haven't done your Bountiful Crescendo and you need it for your resonators, do it. Do it. Uma sighing in relief, like, oh thank god, I didn't miss a Bountiful Crescendo. The sin is not that big yet.
日向ぼっこの時間ですよ。
Not maxing brick off account. Well, if you forget about it again today, then yeah, you'll be maximum brick. Okay. We spin. Spin more.
花よ、
にもお手の物さ。
進化をお見せします。
味は俺に任せろ。
You know, S1 brand is really a godsend, cause the way how you can stagnate enemies, way too good of a sequence. So it's like if the enemy you're fighting likes to move around a lot, the stagnation can really slow them down. And make sure your anchor have a higher chance of hitting. unless the enemy like specifically teleports away during that time, and you're just like, okay, cool. Well, for this account today, we shall do September weather forecast. Maybe we can do Lament Recon another day. Let's just clear all of this, and I think that would be, after clearing all of this, it would be the end of the stream. Gotta prepare for my appointment tomorrow, and also the videos. Because the last two videos with the last two videos that's from yesterday and the day before are very big file sizes as well. So I need to work on them to clear up for when I'm actually recording Duet Night Abyss as well.
宝探しの勝負といこう。
Honestly, because of the way how they designed this event, you can fly in the cinematic mode. Which provides a very different experience. Quite nice, actually. That's cool, yeah, that's cool. Hey, what the heck?
宝探しの勝負といこう。
Brent had an accident while flying. Okay, on to the next one. Wow, the sunrise is really, really red. Way too red. Nice. Whoa, what the heck just happened? My game froze. Why is my WoA crashing? Hello? What the shit is going on? Oh my goodness me. Oh no. Brent is getting into my game files. He's crashing my WoA. Hey. What the heck, man? This is the second crash of the day already. How was it running so smoothly just now, and then suddenly now it's just like all crashing? Like, what? What the heck, bro? What's going on? Hello? Internet and BGM was enough for friends. Nah, man, Brand, last warning, man, last warning. Yeah, I'm on the... My Wi-Fi bad? No, not the Wi-Fi. That was a full-on crash. If anything, I haven't had any drop frames today. Which usually there will be a tiny bit of frames dropping. So yeah, today is actually not too bad. Replay the event, you can collect all and reach 4,000. Just hold down the boost button and let the character fly. you'll be able to automatically hit 4000. Game's been crashing more frequently as well. Huh. Oh, that's not good. You go through the points, but you don't collect them. 3k is enough. Yeah, so you see, right? I'm only holding down the boost button, and I'm not doing anything else. And you magically be able to collect everything along the way. Do not touch your directional keys. In other words, just don't do anything. It's an AFK event. Let the game do the control, but even if you fly through them and touch, you don't collect. Huh? Do the boost actually speed you up here, or effects just appear? Actually, very good question. I have no idea. You know what? I'm just gonna let the game do its own thing and not do the speed up effect. Maybe we'll get our answer. With speed up, usually we'll be hitting around 2 minutes. So if we just let the game do its own thing, will it also be 2 minutes, or will it be slightly slower? Okay, I shall not move. Mobile thing? You should go eat. Okay, enjoy your meal. I think it feels slower without the boost. But I could be wrong. Minute 05. Okay, so if I hold down the right mouse button, will it be faster or will it be the same? I think the chances are it will actually be the same. What chances are it might actually be the same? Maybe not. Okay, so the speed boost does make a bit of a difference. I completed around 17 seconds earlier. So 17 seconds. I don't know. It's up to you, I guess. If you want that, if you want to save that 17 seconds, or you just want to feel fast, then hold on the right mouse button. Hold on the hold down the boost. If not, then probably not. As I recall, it's only the last one. The mobile boosting stop after a second even if still holding it. Oof. Well, that's no good. Okay, we are done over here. How unfair, Kuro. And it's time for our daily Wuwado. On another day of Wuwado. Well, not Alto. Not Augusta. It's Huanglong. Actually, maybe I should have chosen someone Huanglong that doesn't use the Bellborn. Lol. Okay, Huanglong, that means if not Bellborn is the Scar. Then... if it's Scar, then... maybe Dungeon? Okay, so it's definitely Scar. With the... what's this? The Treasure Hunter material.
どれどれ
It's either between Fusion or Spectral. Do we have any Spectral characters that uses the Scar? No. And it's also Sword. So therefore... wait. What? Wait, no. Huh? Wait, am I missing something? No, wait, we also have... No, it's Sword already, Sword already. Got it first try? GG. Okay, who uses the sword that is from Huanglong? Probably Changli.
どれどれ
Changli. Not Dungeon.
あった
Definitely not Sanhua because not Glacial. Definitely not Yang because Aero is wrong already. So probably Changli. Rover should not be from Huanglong. Yeah, Changli. Alright, there's also a Jue one. Lol. Daily quote. Release the ones and the mind quiets.
Yes.
Cleanse the thoughts and the soul clears.
受け取れ
Probably Jinsin. Yep, okay. Daily forte. Xing 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 that Xing 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 What's this Xing Xing Xing? That's here? No. Who else does many blade-like looking forte? I don't think it's dungeon though.
よし
Yeah, it's not dungeon.
受け取れ
This might be rotated. This Xing 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 is not Jinxi, not Jiyan. I have no idea. Calculator, really?
よし
But we just had Calcharo yesterday. No way it's calculator again. No way. No way, man. But yeah, this definitely looks like a sword. Yang Yang should look more like a tornado though. World in a grain of sand. That tells me nothing. If anything, I'm more likely to guess Chuyu instead, because that sounds like what he would do. World in a grain of sand. Oh, thanks Hima for the 5 bits.
受け取れ
Thank you, thank you, thank you. But what the heck is world in a grain of sand? Who is world in a grain of sand? Probably one of those people that I don't use often. Jinsin? No. Huh? Spectral? Who likes sand? How many spectrals do we have? We have Jinsi, we have Verena. Who else? Spectral Rover. Then Camellia, Cantarella, Carlotta, Cartatia, Charlie. No. Jinsi. Phoebe. No, definitely not Phoebe. Phoebe is Phoebe prefers her order stuff. She doesn't like sand. At least I don't think Phoebe would like sand. Shorekeeper? Nah, Shorekeeper's butterfly. Verena is plants. Zanny? Oh yeah, I remember Zanny has something that looks like Xing Xing Xing, but looks more like an intro. I guess it's Rover. I'm guessing it's actually Zanny. But Spectral Rover is also sounds like a very good choice too. I don't remember seeing any of this on Rover. I'm gonna go with Zanny. You're right, it's Spectral Rover. Don't remember ever seeing this on Spectral Rover. Let's see. Okay, Rover. Show me your skills.
さてこの先の人生
You're correct.
一緒にいたいこれからも
Oh, this one. Lol. World in a grain of sand. Welcome back, JW. The one that I remember for Rover is this this very, very complex looking sigil was actually Resonance Liberation. My cup of water is out. Okay, bye, Varun. Okay, but I think that's also about it for the today's stream. We completed our waddle. Completed our dailies. I might not be streaming tomorrow. We shall see. And whose review is it for tomorrow? It's Neath again. The Havoc Enjoyer. Probably we'll have to bump everyone down by 1 day. Yeah, probably we'll have to bump everyone down by 1 day. If I'm busy, I don't need to. Nah, I'll just bump everyone down by 1 day. It's fine. Because I never tell I don't tell everyone. Oh, this is when I'm going to review you. Definitely review you today. If I can't make it, I'll just bump everyone down. Just let them know, I guess. But yeah. Because tomorrow I'll be having an appointment, and that appointment of mine is at 3 p.m. Like, who the heck puts an appointment at 3 p.m.? Like, bruh. Bruh. And then so for me to get there, I'll have to leave the house at around 1 p.m. And waiting for the doctors maybe going to take 1 hour. I don't know why, but it always takes like 1 hour. So even if I reach there by 3 p.m., I'll have to wait until like 4 p.m. before I can get to see the doctor. And by the time I'm done seeing the doctor, it will be like maybe around 4:15, 4:30.
Yes.
In the worst case scenario, it'll be 5, and by the time I reach home, it'll be maybe around 6 or 7. Yeah. So it's quite highly likely that I will not be able to stream tomorrow. And so, well, GG. Okay, anyways, thank you for tuning into the stream, and as always, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good day. And also, take care, and most importantly, and most importantly, goodbye, goodbye. Let's go raid Danny as usual. Okay. We shall be raiding Zanny in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Bye. Take care.